What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, aka the Wolf Man, and I'm here with
Gershwan, aka
Where the Wild Things Are.
or the Wolfman. I guess this is supposed to be a wolf costume.
You can be a cub.
There you go, cub.
And welcome back to yet another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And happy Halloween to you guys. Today should be Halloween if the videos go out or the time they're supposed to go out. Anyways, this question comes from Soul Survivor. What would you say is the worst 40k faction that needs an update as soon as possible?
I've said it before and I'll say it again, the Harlequins. They have a really cool aesthetic. They have a living god that they still pray to. Zegara is hot. And looks like I'm not getting any treats today. But yeah, they only have like 4 actual units that are specific to the Harlequins. Definitely they need more of an upgrade to their kit. If they could have an avatar of Segura, that'd be amazing, because then you have the avatar of Iniad, avatar of Cain, avatar of Segura. I just want all the avatars to be present, because the gods of Aldar are really badass. Maybe have some new lore focusing around them. Maybe using Segura as a means to save Isha from the grasp of Nurgle. But yeah, they really need to do something with the Harlequins.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to that because I also believe that the Harlequins are, just Eldar in general, are probably the worst faction in 40k, because I feel like even though they got love when they finally summoned that one god.
Well, they're still getting love right now. They're getting the new Autarchs, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, but I think what the Eldar are missing is a character that really can go up against the bigger guys, and not so much focus on like speed and by that I mean like they need to make the avatar of Cain better, and they need to give him a new model. The Forge World model seems to be more fitting to the lore. Well, kind of, because the avatar of Cain gets beat by everybody.
Anything that goes up against it dies.
Yeah. But like, I agree with you where like they need to take advantage of the fact that Segura is part of the Harlequins and have him embody some type of avatar or some type of cool machine or construct, and use that to fight. And I'm sure that there's a lot of you Eldar players that don't agree with us, but we just recently started playing with a Dark Eldar player, and even he said it, like they're pretty mediocre. Like the only thing that they have is speed.
Yeah. It was fun playing against them because I actually thought I had a chance of winning, but we were playing a game of objectives, and his speed just overpowered my Chaos Marines. So
yeah, but again, so like if you are playing to win, then you know that you have to have that type of game. Like you need to play that type of game in order to play Eldar and then win. But if it was just a game of
kill points, I almost tabled him, but because of the objectives and his speed, I couldn't win.
Yeah, I guess that's the cool thing about 40k is that you, depending on what game you play, it might be a little different.
Right. But yeah, so you 100% agree that Harlequins are the ones that need the loving right now?
Yeah. Maybe the Tau. Even though the Tau models I think look really badass, really it's the Tau rules that need a little bit of help. The what is it called? The defense line that they have.
Aegis defense line?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I think it's too slow.
Yeah. I've always wanted to use it. I might like proxy it in a game or so just to check it out. But I feel like they're really hammering down on commanders. Where like with Space Marines, bring in whatever you want, except if you're playing Tau. You could only have one commander per like detachment or whatever. So it's like that kind of sucks. All because of the commander spam, which I understand, but to like ban it outright, like it's a little harsh.
Yeah. And then to tie this in a little bit towards the lore, I do think that the Harlequins are the reason that the Eldar have been able to be successful, because they know their end goal is to defeat Slaanesh. I really hope that this Christmas season, because you know that the what is it called? The Emperor's Children are going to get some type of love. Slaanesh is going to get some type of love. Hopefully Fulgrim comes out. And also, hopefully, they take advantage and they do include some Harlequin stuff to go up against Fulgrim.
That would make sense because recently they had the Dark Eldar going up against the Howling Banshees. New models came out. So I'm hoping it's maybe Fulgrim and some Slanesh stuff with Noise Marines going up against the Harlequins.
We were talking about this over the week. So check out, we're going to have a podcast next week where we talk about demons in Dungeons and Dragons, and we talked about Noise Marines for a little bit. Noise Marines need a new
model.
Yeah,
new sprue.
Because the one model that did come out for them, that like rock star guy with the high heels and the hair, I mean, the aesthetic is okay, but like just in general, Noise Marines need a revamp.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they're too focused on the whole like music aspect that they're not making them look scary or demonic.
Mm-hmm. Whereas like the old school like Noise Marines, their guns have like the face and like, it's screaming and stuff like that. I think that they need to incorporate some more stuff with like masks and stuff. They did a really good job with the Nurgle guys. So with the Plague Marines, they just need to do something cool with the
Noise Marines.
But yeah. Next question comes from Conrad. He has an emoji of a cookie and a question mark. So that's asking us, do we want a cookie? This is a chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I'm down.
I'll take sugar because of my blood pressure.
Next question.
This one is by Benjamin Manning. Have the Orcs ever managed to conquer an Eldar craft world? If so, how will the Orcs modify the craft, and how destructive do you think it could become?
They usually enslave.
Yeah, I was going to say, Orcs, I don't think they'd use... Well, the Infinity Circuit, how would that work with Orc WAAAGH energy?
I don't think it would be compatible. I think what would happen is that they would use the constructs. Because, like, what it is like in the Eldar lore, when you die, your spirit gets stuck into the Infinity Stone.
If you have the stone with you.
Yeah, and then they take that Infinity Stone and then they put it in the Infinity Circuit. And then the Infinity Circuit can just basically think of it like the iCloud. So you're in the cloud, your essence is in the cloud, and anybody within the craft world can go communicate with you or just like the cloud in general. And then when you get the craft world attacked, your spirit that's in the cloud gets downloaded onto these constructs, and then they fight. And I think what Orcs do is that they know this, and they download the spirits of Eldar, put them into these constructs, and then use the constructs as like... what are they called? The kit bash tanks. What are they called?
Looted tanks.
Looted battle wagons. That's what they are. And that's how they use them. So nothing fancy, just straight up brutish slavery in 40K.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, it's fun. I've seen a lot of really cool conversions. They get really wacky just because they're very organic shaped. So I would say that the best, if you do want to create a orc army that has taken over a craft world, either use like Age of Sigmar savage orcs and then kind of like mold it into that, because I think that aesthetic fits really well. So like Pharaoh orcs and Eldar craft world stuff, because it's organic looking. It's very
also, depending on what craft world they take over, you could have like dinosaurs, have them ride brontosauruses into battle. That'd be really cool.
So instead of a craft world, if it's an expedited world, then you can have a lot of fun with that.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't have infinity circuits, they have some other thing where it's like more like Pharaoh and Primal. But yeah. Check out our 40 facts on the Exodites, Eldar Exodites, and check out our 40 facts on the Pharaoh Orcs if you guys want to learn more about those guys. Next question.
This one is by Snek. I don't know if you guys have answered this, but do you think who would win in a fight between 1,000 Grey Knights or 1,000 Custodians, not counting any heroes, just regular baseline bros? So Grey Knights versus the Custodes.
I'll give it to the Custodes.
Yeah, because I feel like most of the Grey Knights' psychic powers focus on banishing demons and chaos stuff. And obviously Custodes aren't all about that. Custodes are more... They're more combat orientated, since they were created to defend the Emperor and go out there and banish demons and whatnot, where Grey Knights are more of the specialized. So just because of that, I'll give it to the Custodes.
Yeah.
Now, if it's Drago can take all of them on by himself.
Basically, he's like the dick of 40K.
And everybody else is just a pussy.
There you go. Next question comes from Snack. Oh, no, that's the same one. This next question comes from Benjamin Manning. Yes, Benjamin Manning. Could Lorgar and the Wordbearers be converted to Cult Mechanicus during the early years of the Great Crusade? Would the Emperor still be able to censor Lorgar, his legion, or would he be under the protection of the Treaty of Mars if viewed by the Emperor as the Omnissiah? So that's a good question.
Very interesting.
Because, so a little background on Lorgar. Lorgar was born on Chogus? No.
Chagoris. Maybe. No,
You're probably pronouncing it wrong.
I think that actually might be the White Scar dude.
No, I thought he was born in... Well, either way. So he was born into this world where... Ooh, I'm going to forget right now. Because now I'm trying to think. I think that was the wrong guy. Basically, there was a covenant. There was a religious faction that formed. And they basically said, hey, one day Lorgar is going to show up. And then he did show up, and then he became part of the cult that foresaw his coming, and then he took it over, and from the very beginning, he was religious. Now, let's say that religion was not centered around chaos and was not centered around Lorgar, but was actually centered around the Omnissiah. And instead of just praying to the chaos gods, they were... this was not known to them. Obviously, but instead of praying to the chaos gods, they were praying to the Omnissiah. I think the Emperor still would have not liked the fact that Lorgar was doing that, and he would have used Ferrus Manus and who was the other technologically? Oh, Perturabo. Mm-hmm. He was used Perturabo and Ferrus Manus as examples of like, hey, look, these guys are. They understand the teachings of the Adeptus Mechanicus, but they're not being dicks about it. So I think that would have gone down. And I think the Emperor still would have done the whole, like, nope, you can't teach the planets that you conquer that the Omnissiah is a god. And I am not the Omnissiah.
Yeah, so pretty much the Emperor would just keep shaming him over and over again until that became the Emperor's kink.
Shaming, yeah. King shaming, there you go. That's funny. What if your kink... So that's what you're saying? What if your kink is to shame other kinks?
Yeah, my kink is kink shaming.
That's probably not a good joke to tell while I'm wearing a furry costume. It's for Halloween, I swear. Where are we going with this?
Lorgar.
Yes.
So do you think the Promethean cult would protect him? No.
Or the Cult Mechanicus?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it would. Also, another tangent. I think the Cult Mechanicus was formed during the Age of Strife as a response to the lack of knowledge. And I think the Imperial Truth was completely showing that, like, hey, like, you're wrong. The machine spirit is not really a thing. It's just that you guys don't know how to work it. So you guys decide to, like, pray to it and rub oils on it, when in reality just pour the oil and give it a good, like, cleaning, and you're good. To the machine, obviously.
Or to me. I'd be good with that.
And then that Imperial or that cult continued to get stronger because of the decaying nature of the Imperium of Man once the Horus Heresy ended. But if that wasn't around, which it wasn't during the Great Crusade, it was all about Imperial Truth, then I think that most tech priests would have seen, like, new technology not as like a religious thing, but more of a, like, science thing. So yeah, those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. We enjoy answering these questions as much as you guys enjoy probably commenting about my furry suit.
Yeah, let us know what you guys dressed up for Halloween, if it was 40K related or not. And yeah, I'd like to see pictures. Send it on over to the Facebook page.
This was Gershwan,
the Sound Alchemist, and we are out.
Happy Halloween, by the way. Did we already say that?
We'll say it again.
out.
Always used to put my freedom